Some crimes leave behind more than just pain. They leave questions, haunting questions that lingers around for decades. In this video, we are going to the 80s, April of 1987, where a little girl named Ang May Hong vanished during a simple morning errand. What happened next would horrify an entire nation. And now, nearly 40 years later, her killers have yet to be caught. Today, let's get into Ang May Hong's story. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel where I bring you the mystery, the ghost, the crime from my country, Malaysia. I am Esther Vincent, also known as LiaMia on social media. Do follow me, do subscribe, do like, do comment. That really does help out the channel. And today, I hope you guys stick around till the end of this video. Thank you. It was a Sunday morning on the 12th of April, 1987 in Jalan Ipoh, Kuala Lumpur, a place that I am very familiar with because I used to live around that area years back. 9-year-old Ang May Hong was out with her elder brother, Ang Yo Tian, to buy breakfast at the nearby market. It was a normal routine for the family, like kids run out to the nearest market or to the nearest shop to just get breakfast or lunch, sometimes just the ingredients to cook breakfast and lunch. So it was such a normal thing around here. But sometimes into their journey, Yo Tian, the elder brother, began feeling an unease coming up. He told his sister Ang May Hong to wait at the meeting point so that he can quickly run back to his house to ease his stomach ache. He wanted to use the toilet, and then he would come back to her at the meeting point. He took 10 minutes. That was all. He took 10 minutes to ease himself, and he ran back to the meeting point. And when he got back, his sister Ang May Hong was gone. Frantically, he started searching the area over and over again, but there was no sign of Ang May Hong anywhere. Panic began to set, so he rushed back to alert their parents. Their father, Ang Seng Ho, and mother joined in the panic-stricken search. All their neighbors joined in to help as well, and for over 3 hours they searched the entire area, every corner that they could find, calling out Ang May Hong's name. Then came the moment that no parents should ever face. In a desolate abandoned house nearby, which is known to attract drug users, Ang May Hong's naked body was found. She had been brutally assaulted, tortured, and murdered. Ang May's body was not only naked, but a meter-long wood with nails was inserted forcibly into her private parts, and a piece of wire was tightly looped around her neck, and there were multiple bruises and bite marks on her neck, body, and private areas. What kind of deranged animal does this to another person? That too to a kid, a 9-year-old innocent kid that knows nothing. Unbelievable. An autopsy report later showed that Ang May Hong was strangled to death by her attackers, and she had been brutally raped and sodomized prior to her death. The 1-meter-long wooden stick found inside of her body had penetrated her internal organs and her heart. After her remains was released back to her family for the funeral preparation, Ang May Hong's family originally wanted to dress her in red in the hopes of her returning as a ghost and haunting her murderers for eternity. But finally, they decided against it for the fear of her not finding peace, not resting in peace. Finally, they decided to just dress her in her blue pajamas, which was her favorite. These details, these are horrifying. Like that long piece of wood with nails in it, and it was forcibly... I can't even imagine that poor little girl. She was 9 years old, so she was just a standard 3 student in Malaysia, and she studied at the Q.Nam Primary School in Setapak. An innocent child who lived with her parents, 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and her family was shattered after her death. leaving the entire nation, entire community shocked. The police launched an investigation right away, and the disturbing post-mortem report suggests that about eight individuals might have been involved just based on the bite marks alone. There were early suspicions that the attackers could have been drug addicts who were mostly found lurking around the area that Ang Mei Hong's body was found. One possible suspect was described to be a Chinese man who could speak very well Tamil. It was also believed that Ang Mei Hong might have bitten one of her attackers or few of her attackers in an act of desperate resistance. The police appealed to the public, confident that someone might have seen something, especially because this happened in broad daylight. Literally, it was morning and it was near a busy morning market where people would have been coming and going. So they were very confident they were going to get the leads that they need. And after some time, 3 men were arrested for this murder. Their dental impressions was taken and compared with the bite marks found on little Ang Mei's body using plaster dentures. But the result, sadly, none matched. And there was not enough evidence to hold any of them any longer, so they had to be released out of police custody. It was a heartbreaking blow to the investigation, and remember, this was back in the 80s. It was 1987. There was no advanced DNA technology in Malaysia at that time, so without any clear evidence, no forensic links, the case started to get cold. I hate this. I hate when this happens, because the longer it takes, the harder it becomes for the investigators, for the investigations to, progress. Because the longer it takes, the proofs, whatever that is needed would be fading away. So, yeah. To keep the search alive, 10,000 Malaysian ringgit was offered as a reward to anyone with any valid information in regards to Ang Mei's murder. And soon it was even doubled, but still there was no breakthrough. No new information came in. Then something strange started happening. Not long after the murder, a local newspaper started receiving letters from a man claiming to be one of Ang Mei Hong's killers. In his first confession letters, the writer wrote that he is part of a group of drug addicts who had previously been kidnapping, raping, and murdering young girls, and Ang Mei Hong is their latest victim, kidnapped and attacked to satisfy their sexual lust. In his next letter, he expressed that he is very remorseful and he's even willing to surrender himself, but only if he receives forgiveness and 30,000 Malaysian ringgits to support his family while he serves time. Like, who does he think he is, demanding for all this? The public, after hearing about these letters, was furious. And the police, they said that they will take drastic actions once he had turned himself in. But he never did. He never turned himself in. And on his final letter, he flipped. He claimed that he lied about everything. He wrote the letters just to vent his frustration over how much attention Ang Mei Hong's case has been getting. What do you guys think about this bozo? Like, could he be one of the real perpetrator, or he's just doing all this to get some sick attention? I cannot tell. I can't tell because I don't know. He might be, he might not be. I cannot put my finger in. Nobody knew because, he never turned himself in, and we never got the answer. Just a few months later, in September of 1987, the same year, another woman, 21-year-old Fong Kim Ki, was found raped and murdered. The police saw similarities between the two cases and suspected a link. But once again, no arrests, no answers. Nothing happened. Police say that this case is still open and is still being revisited regularly alongside other cold cases. But despite all the efforts, as of today, as of this very day that I'm recording this, Ang Mei Hong's killers have never been arrested. This murder, the brutal murder of Ang Mei Hong, shocked Malaysians. Families kept their daughters, their kids indoors. Communities and public raised rewards and awareness among people, among nation. And her devastated family pleaded for the killer to come forward, saying that they are willing to forgive if he showed true remorse. Her case also sparked the formation of Citizens Against Rape, CAR, a movement by civil groups and AWAM to raise awareness of sexual violence, as Malaysia was already seeing a rise, like a steep rise in such cases at that time. 2 decades later, in 2007, Ang Mei Hong's family broke their silence following the similar murder of Nurin Jaslin, another minor who was raped and murdered. I have done a video on this case as well. I'll try to put it in the description and up here. Do watch it if you guys have the time. So Ang Mei's family, they still hoped for justice, but they mentioned that they have learned to leave it to the fate, since there has been no progress and no updates from the police, since everything was just quiet. They have learned to move on with their lives and leave it to fate. Despite learning to move on, the pain of losing Ang Mei, their sister, their daughter, that pain still remains. They were a family who ran a bakute stall near the crime scene at that time, but since they had relocated after the crime. But the memory of Ang Mei and her unsolved case still lingers around, just like Nurin Jaslin's case. This isn't just a cold case. Like, when we think about it, it's not just a simple cold case. This was a case, a story of a little girl who trusted the world. She thought the world was as innocent as her. She trusted with everything that she had and was betrayed in the worst way possible. I hope that Ang Mei's family, her siblings, get the justice, the closure that they deserve, because they deserve to know what happened. Justice delayed doesn't always have to be justice denied. So that, you guys, is the brutal unsolved case of Ang Mei Hong. If you have the time to stick around, time to spare, do watch my other videos that might be popping up in the screen at any moment right now. And I will be coming back to you guys with another video of ghost, mystery, and crime from my country, Malaysia. Until then, stay safe out there, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.